I'll do a quick roll call. Mike Beretta is absent. Hannah Murray. Here. Joan Case is absent. Leslie Pila. Here. Josh Whitmore.
Here.
And Ray Bunce.
Here.
Myself as an invited guest, and we have Tara Patton and Lisa Williams. So first item is approval of our minutes from April 8th. You should all have in front of you.
I'll make a motion.
Great. Second?
Second.
Leslie, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? If I'm allowed to abstain, I will.
Okay.
If that messes things up.
Nope. And then we have approval of the financial reports. I apologize, I did not bring them up digitally, but Lisa was kind
Lisa
enough to print everything for everybody.
Any questions or concerns on the?
One quick question, and it's more just so I know.
Sure.
The landscape, there's like 1 million invoices for like 905. What is that all about?
We have to break it up between property. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
That's all I wanted to know. I'm turning the page.
It is
The page.
bane of
the
our
page. I was like, what is
existence.
happening? And I'm looking like, you're all the same. But the amount is increasing. So, yeah,
That was
that's-
the first task I pawned off to Tara. I was like, here you go. Yeah, we have to go through because it sends it all in one invoice, and then we have to go in and break it down by every single
Okay.
property. Yep. It's a lot.
Is there a motion to accept the financial reports?
So
Thanks, Josh. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thanks. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Excellent.
Great.
Project updates.
All right. I sent you guys our lovely list. I'm just bringing this up just so I can be up to something. That's okay. I got my notes. Providence is pretty much done. I talked to them again today. We should have the stairs hopefully by tomorrow, because that's when we're meeting the two realtors. So Tara did a lot of outreach to realtors. The two that were really expressing interest was Susie Powers and Alexis Leonard, thank you. So they're going to meet us on site, walk through it, get a feel for it. And then we ask them for references to see what it was like for other people to work with them. And then we'll email you guys probably a recommendation on who we liked. I don't know if anybody else has someone specific they want us to reach out to. I know Tara had a whole list of people that she called, and these were the two that were willing to work with the land bank.
Are we hard to work with?
They're
think so.
just gonna respond.
Yeah, some of them just didn't respond. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Sorry. We don't use Adobe usually. Okay. So yeah, that should be done. Do you guys want to do a walkthrough of the property when it's all said and finished? Okay, I'll send an email out to schedule it once I know that it's all. They're gonna shoot for the lead clearance testing on Friday. So once that's done, we should be good to go. So I'll send an email to everybody and just try to get like a doodle poll for a date and time that works for everybody.
How do we set market price?
The realtor.
The realtor will do it, yeah.
Just do a little
Okay,
bit,
yeah.
do their analyses.
I don't think they'll go deep. They'll probably do just a, what do they call them? Broker's opinion.
And we did double check and have it in writing from HCR that we have no restrictions on selling for this one. So good to go.
And do it, I know that it has to like meet appraisal when somebody does close on it.
Mhm.
That should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because it's, is it going to appraise for much higher than what we're selling it for? Or,
I don't know. I don't think we'll have an issue with it.
okay,
We won't know until we get the bank's input and everything on it once we get to that point.
It's random though. Appraisals typically come in about where they need them.
yeah, weird,
I know.
yeah.
So yeah, that one going great. Very happy to have that almost done. It's completely unrecognizable from when we started. 247 Main. Lots of updates here. So we attended the May meeting for Owego Historic Preservation Commission. We talked for like an hour and a half about it. Corey from L2 Architecture met me there and presented to them. Overall, they were very happy with the plan. The big sticking point with Phoebe, the board chair, is the vinyl siding because it's specific in their bylaws that they don't allow vinyl siding. But SHPO was okay with us replacing it because it's in kind, because it's existing vinyl. She still wanted, they wanted us to do hardywood siding. And I'm like, well, that's kind of out of our price point, you know, working with grant money. And it's a lot of maintenance for a future owner to have to paint it. And she's like, oh, you know, that's what we do in the historic district where we paint every 10 years. So we kind of compromised and agreed to bid an alternate between the vinyl and composite siding. And that way I can come back to them and show them the difference in price. She felt that vinyl siding would not be cheaper than composite siding. Corey and I felt a different way. So we compromised on the alternate, and they wrote the certificate of appropriateness with the word composite in it. We can revisit once we have the actual bids, she said. They do have a public hearing because they consider it new construction since it's so substantial. It's more than their maintenance threshold. So there's a public hearing at their June meeting that we will also attend. And then we'll officially get their blessing. I already have SHPO's blessing. In the meantime, we moved ahead with getting pricing quotes for the demolition portion of it. So demolishing the rear additions and then also doing at the same time the pulling out of the asbestos and everything. And so LCP gave us a price for that, which was included in your packet. It's a bit hefty, but we talked to them and I talked to L2. One of the things we had them do was do that kind of option B. Instead of them putting up a temporary barrier and having to coordinate with a general contractor, which we don't have on board yet, they said they were completely willing to build the actual wall itself under a spec from L2, which we were fine with, L2 was fine with, Sheila was fine with. So if you guys are okay with that, that would be my recommendation, just to have them do that. So we're not dealing with temporary sheeting. It's an actual foundation wall that they're just building in place.
Sounds very efficient.
Very efficient. And then hopefully it will save us on the other side once we get the PC. It's one less thing they have to do.
Is there any way to get pricing or to have that siding composite comparison by the June meeting so that maybe when we go back there, we can have that sorted out?
Yeah, I could probably ask Sheila to just look at a schedule of values and write up the difference based on how many
Cost per square foot or
Yeah.
something like that.
square foot.
They could probably use.
There was also talk about if we would restore the existing platform that's underneath, and I politely said, well, we don't know what it's going to look like if we pull it off, but the section we can see, it was flooded and not remediated, and also the roof was leaking, and I don't think it's going to be an issue to restore it. So I will talk to Sheila about getting.
Just if we can
Yeah,
only go back to
sure.
them once and get that knocked out. Might not work out, but if we can get ahead of it,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Otherwise, we're finally making progress on that one too. So if we want to move forward with LCP, did I put that as a separate item? I didn't. Do you guys have any questions about the price that they gave us?
No.
I feel really good about going with them.
Yeah. So do we need a motion to approve
Do.
LCP? Okay, motion to approve LCP to remediate and build the sidewall at 247 Main.
Make a motion.
All right,
I
so
heard two there. Thanks, guys.
we're on it.
Aye.
Sorry, my
Any
bad.
opposed?
I'm sorry.
That's all good, don't you get it.
Okay. 6264 North Avenue. We've had even further updates since I sent you all the email. We met with the contractor who placed the bid. My recommendation is not to award to anybody. Neither of the bids received are responsible bids. We're now going, because we put it out to bid twice, we've met the state procurement requirements. We've nearly met our land bank procurement requirements, I'm trying to obtain 2 additional quotes just directly from contractors, not going through a formal bid process, saying, here's everything, tell me what your pricing would be, so that then we can come back to Alex and show him from 2 contractors who we know, who are local and who are reputable. So at this time, we have no acceptable bids to award for this project. We are also waiting on the roof to be repaired at 5355 North Avenue, because that was also done with New York Main Street and DRA money. So we're still on hold either way with this project.
So the contractors who you would be getting additional numbers from, I'm guessing they don't actually want the job, so they wouldn't be held to, would they be held to those?
They'll have the title one to do a price.
Yeah.
There's one who was interested. He couldn't get us a response by the bid deadline. He said, can I have an extension? So we did a 1-week extension. He needed longer. So he is interested.
Okay.
At this point, we went back to him and said, listen, we had to throw out the other 2 bids. Are you still interested in this project? And I guess he's spoken to Alex. So he at least is interested. The other one, it would be my first time working with them. They've done work for Broome County Land Bank. He would be interested. He doesn't know as much about it probably as the first contractor who's already met Alex.
Is there not budget in the grant, or is it just more than Alex expected?
More than Alex expected.
But it's within the limits of the grant bucket.
So he had us phase the project. The total cost far exceeds what he has in grant funds.
Okay.
Our recommendation was to just do 1 phase with the grant funds, and he handled the rest privately. We're still working through that with him.
Okay.
Any questions about that one? Okay. 39 Railroad Avenue, beautifully cleaned up, looks totally different. Did we get quotes in for that? They're due next week, thank you. So we have quotes for demolition for that. The only asbestos that came back was in this little teeny tiny shed. So I don't expect that to be astronomical. So once we have those quotes, we can either wait till the June meeting, or I can do an email vote to you guys, depending. I think the sooner we get that done, the better. I did receive the survey results and everything from William and Edsel, so we have all that. We know exactly where the property lines are, so that when we transfer it to Berkshire, it's all on the up and up, and then we are done with it. No more cats. All cats are happily in new homes. Any questions about 39 Railroad? Okay, great. 81 Hickory's Park Road, Pizza Hut. I'm sure you saw it all over social media. It's demolished. It's done.
It's gone.
It's gone. So
Gone.
we can start moving forward with figuring out how we want to market that property. If we want to do an RFP, see who might be interested in it. That would probably be the best way to go. I don't know if you guys want to do like some type of targeted outreach for it, or just a generic RFP, put it out there, see if there's any developers interested.
I know Brittany put out sort of targeted outreach for the daycare center. Is it worth approaching that same group, because there's a little more real estate? Well, by real estate, I mean like play yard type space.
Yeah. So we had originally taken this property to, was it 2 or 3 different daycare places? For one of them, it wasn't feasible because they wanted to rehab the building, but then once they saw it, they were like, no, never mind.
Yeah.
And then the second group didn't feel the property was big enough for what they needed. So yeah, I think it was just the 2 groups officially. We can go back to them for sure and see if they have any further interest in it.
I also don't want to undercut the other efforts,
Fair.
right?
Yeah.
So whatever the
Right.
staff's.
Yeah,
thoughts on
I'll touch base with her on it and just see.
But otherwise, if you put out an RFP, that actually has like interesting zoning. I forget what it's like, PUD or something, right?
Yeah. And I think it would be good to get it out there now because I know I don't know when it's gonna happen, but Town of Wego is talking about getting rid of their PUD zoning.
Oh, yeah, let's get that. Yeah,
So,
grandfather, if anybody's interested in it.
all right, I'll work on drafting the RP and then I'll also touch base on the childcare situation. Any other questions about that one? I didn't know we get so much publicity on that one.
What was
Yeah, I
the-
saw it blowing up.
People
What was the
really
reaction?
loved that Pizza Hut. I mean, no one was genuinely mad about it, but they were like lamenting the
Nostalgic.
nostalgia of
Sure.
like the Pizza Hut.
They're all
days.
gone, aren't they?
No.
Yeah, you go south, there's some down in
There's some
PA
down south,
still,
and
that
then-
are still the real deal.
There's some resurrection, I guess, of the traditional Pizza Huts in some places.
That's
People are
great.
reviving them.
That's good.
So yeah, it's interesting.
But nobody was actually, it was just a nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of Bob Joseph went out and like videoed the demo and was talking about stuffed crust and salad bar. Just like
Absolutely.
I had a laugh. I was like, oh, we do like $1 million renovation. I'm like, maybe with North, I'm like, this is the one that gets all the news coverage.
A lot of memories there.
A lot
A
of
lot of
memories.
first dates, probably.
That's true. All right, so then moving on to our situations at Chestnut Street and Spencer. And so,
Do you want image? Because I forgot.
oh yeah,
Google Maps.
certainly. So I lumped them together as like one agenda item, but they are kind of different scenarios. Let me do the satellite imagery. Oh, it's not gonna let me because it's not Google. Hang on, let's just go to tab for you guys. So the one on Chestnut Street.
Pennsylvania. Man, just can't win.
Give me a minute. I don't like how I have to navigate to the GIS now. The one on Chestnut Street is a little bit more complicated because it's a lot more stuff. They have taken our sign down. And according to code and OPD, the people living in the house adjacent whose stuff it is are technically squatting. They don't actually have an active lease or pay rent.
On the house that they're.
Correct.
Okay.
Better get a handle on it now.
Okay.
Hey, dude.
Hello.
No,
Back
you're good.
north.
Okay. So this is our lot right here. Sorry, I don't like this. This one. This is the house the people are in. This is a very nice aerial image. This is all covered in stuff now. And if you drive around on the other street and look in the back, this is pretty much from here back is garbage. There's at least 3 junk cars. There's the trampoline. There's a van on a trailer bed. And they did take down the majority of the fence, but there is a little piece remaining here. It's hard to tell.
A fence that we put up?
No, their fence.
Okay,
They had put up that random fence
okay.
that we had them take down. So at this point, this one's pretty rough. The other one is this property here. So we have, oops. I'm sorry. These 2 properties are ours. The gentleman who is renting in this house has 3 derby cars sitting back here on the property. He is the one who has called our office and he's come in, I think 2 or 3 times and explained the whole situation that, he never meant to offend anybody. He didn't realize what he was doing was wrong. He does these derby cars with his son. He was the one that brought up the idea of would we be willing to lease the property for him to keep the derby cars on. He did mention to me too that he was going to get a hold of somebody, a family friend who has a trailer. So if he needs to move them, he can. So we did post this one. This is the one that the neighbors keep calling OPD about. I get the sense there might be some neighbor feuds between everybody, and we're kind of caught in the middle of it on this one. So I don't know what you guys all think.
So what are we doing with that property?
We've sat, so yeah, we all sat and talked about it. This one, it makes sense. We'll still have to apply for setback variances to do a house on. The Chestnut Street is in the floodplain, and this is very steep. This goes really downhill. We can't bring in fill. I don't know that this one is feasible to build on again. It's also really, really tight. It's really close to the neighbors. And the village, again, doesn't want any more green space that they have to maintain. We had talked about, okay, do we do a side lot program? But the concern then becomes there's nobody who, because it's in the, when you guys previously did the side lot program, it was written in there that it had to be like a responsible property owner who's like paying their taxes, who maintains their property.
No squatters.
If you look at the neighbors surrounding these properties, we don't really have a good adjacent property owner candidate to say, would you like this as a side lot, and trust that they wouldn't keep using it as a junkyard, which creates an ongoing issue for code, and they've expressed to us that they don't want that to happen. So we're kind of at a standstill with what to do with these properties. Like I said, I think the Spencer Ave, it makes sense for us to rebuild there. It's already cleared, it's level, it's big enough that you could, we'd have to get the front yard setback requirement. This one, I'm not sure. We had talked about, what do we do? Do we try to say, is there a nonprofit group that would want to do some type of community garden, or maybe the master gardeners would want to set something up there? Trying to get like super creative. I don't know what else to do with it. And that's why we kept coming back to, I think if we are going to sell at least, this one, it would make sense, I think, also given this situation next door, having some type of fence to demarcate. There is like a retaining wall back here between our property and this property. I'm at a loss for what to do with this one. I think we're just going to keep having the same issue. OPD, Officer Starzak, is kind of just like, I don't know what you guys want us to do. We're not going to arrest anybody.
They're not.
Why not?
Why? That's their job.
Yeah.
You are more than welcome to call him and ask.
Then we'll get the same response. They're not going to do their job, so we're just paying them. Here we go.
Now, this is,
Sorry.
And code is kind of the same thing. Code is like, there's nothing we can do. Even when we cite them, nothing comes of it. They keep getting cited.
They don't go to court.
And
This is the thing. What
That's
do
where
we
they
have
should end up
systems
in
in
jail.
place for if we're not using them?
I don't know what you guys think. What do we want to do here?
Well, we're liability if something happens on that
Yes.
property. That's what I think.
Correct.
Number two, we have to do something. We can't just say we can't. So whether we bring in, Tioga County, somebody else that will step up and arrest people or at least issue citations, we have to do something, because if somebody falls or cuts their hand on that property, we're liable.
The other suggestion that he gave was we have, with the vehicles, have them towed and impounded at the owner's expense, which works for the vehicles, but I don't know what we do about all the garbage
Stuff.
and stuff.
And you only want to do that removal once if we're gonna pay for it.
If they're cited, if I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to go through this in the
Sure.
village. But if they're cited, they go to court, they don't clean it up.
It's clean up.
And here's where it comes in, the village can clean it up, and those costs, they can put on the real estate taxes of that person.
But we own it.
It's the
But
neighbor.
it's the other, yeah, but it's their, okay. it's
See,
their-
they're clearly trespassing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you're right.
Just go in.
I think we gotta push the police department. They can't just not do their job.
And the code enforcement officer.
Yeah.
For the cars, that's an easy citation. I know that guy wants to lease it, but
I guess that's the first starting point. What would you like me to respond to him on the lease situation?
This one wants to lease.
The
it?
other
No, this guy, this gentleman.
Oh,
Do we have pictures of the derby cars?
because we don't want to encourage a derby.
Well, it's,
We didn't
well,
do it
he's
on
a
the system.
renter. He's not even a non.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to, and not to mention, you don't want to encourage the whole derby yard steal.
Aesthetic.
In the
Plus you'll
village.
set a precedent,
Exactly, so
and then you're gonna be leasing property.
not to mention,
No, I don't wanna, I would.
you can't even have unlicensed vehicles in the village of Owego, right?
That's what I was wondering. I mean,
It'd be helpful. if Mike was here.
that's another code officer thing.
It is, and I know that that's the case. If we were-
Oh, thank you. Do you mind if I pass this around? These are the cars. These are the derby cars.
Just remember, we're streaming.
I know,
Mine is the pickup truck. right?
that's why I,
Yeah.
Okay, the
Well,
others- the other ones in the back, okay.
This is the Spencer house, so.
Well, you get a
Spencer,
better view.
that's the skinny one, the worst one.
No, Spencer's this
Spencer's
one.
the bigger, okay.
So that picture, we're here.
We'll get-
They're
What's
back
right in
here.
the front? No
I know.
trespassing. And the cars are right behind it. You
We
know?
just put that sign in.
Oh,
We took a picture to show that we put the sign in.
Sure.
So on the other property,
This one,
Chestnut,
yes,
so somebody said that somebody's squatting in
in
a house.
this house.
It's not the owner of the property.
Apparently not, which is another, that's not an us issue. That's a,
whoever owns the property?
yeah. Whoever's paying taxes on it.
Are they weird squatters or in there?
I believe so.
oh, yeah, sorry, Rick, I didn't mean to skip your buddy.
So this is the owner of 119, is it? Yeah, 150, oh, that's right, because we're at the dash, the 115. So this is the owner of that property.
Is that person been contacted?
I believe Code has already contacted them.
So the property is the land banks.
Yes, this one.
It's gonna be gifted.
Anybody next
Well,
door.
we should-
Anybody else.
Well,
How can we give it so that's back on? that property next door
and they're
property
liable.
Gets, it goes on the tax roll. It's their property and it would be taxed again.
That's kind of where. If that's if one of those owners, east or west, north or south, is a reliable taxpayer and such.
If they would want it. Who knows?
Have you guys driven out there?
Mhm.
So that was part of the, when we originally came up to this, we did look at both surrounding.
Environments.
Yes.
So,
Does Google Maps come back? I don't think it does.
That's a tough street.
are you saying it's all trash?
Yes.
It's, well, and some of it Google
Okay,
Maps
just say
doesn't
it
even.
is.
And it's just like little garbage that's in that lot now.
Let's see if I can get on Google Images. I was in Edge before. County's weird about Google.
Some of those back streets, the little man doesn't, they've never done any little man. Does the little man come back?
No, of course not.
No. That's too bad.
I mean, I'll drive by there afterwards, but.
Yep.
So I mean, we are an organization that is tasked with managing blight.
Yes.
Yes.
That's where I think we
We're trying to give the blight to somebody.
That, I think it would be against our mission and against
Yes.
the village's hope if we just gifted somebody and it just stays a junkyard that. So
However,
Well,
we
the village
do
isn't
need
helping
our
them. The village isn't
partners
helping.
in
Right.
code enforcement and the
Yes.
systems that exist
It's the mayor.
to help us out.
So who did you talk to from the police department? Was it an officer? Did you go above that? Oh. I go to the police chief.
Well, I mean, you mostly talked to Starlight, and he came in one day too.
He gave us basically said something about the IDA didn't follow suit before with his
Recommendations.
to evict.
I don't know.
It didn't really make sense.
There's a lot of history there.
But he said basically all we can do is we can pay to get all of the junk removed ourselves. Put up a no trespassing sign.
Yeah.
but then once we didn't show proof, nothing else happened, so.
The other
So,
option is
okay, so the sign is
fence
up.
it.
Fence
Well,
again.
Well, they took it
They
down.
took it back down.
But who did?
We don't know.
Somebody.
So-
I'm
Someone
I'm
has
assuming
The
the next door
people-
neighbors, but I obviously can't prove it.
Yeah.
We don't
And
know.
that one's really steep back away. from
Yes. Can I put the totals on here?
I was gonna say if it's fenced, then perhaps somebody could use it as a garden or something, but they're not going to, because
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
no, it's gonna get
flooded.
destroyed.
Put up a
Once it, no, you have to fence it.
Yeah. But even if you fence it, I'm afraid they're just gonna throw their trash
Over
over
the
the
fence.
fence.
Yeah.
They're probably not gonna load it. But yeah, this is it's a significant drop down. Oh, well, that doesn't really help you guys.
Maybe we just put a fence around it. and put some
Now,
farm
they're being in a
animals in
floodplain,
there.
we can't bring in fill
Chickens. Some roosters.
unless we take in that same floodplain.
Community supported agriculture.
You can put, you can put fill in here, but you've gotta take it in the same place, you gotta take it out of somewhere. Does that make sense? We just went through that in the village,
Cover
Typically,
the floodplain?
yeah.
because.
Yeah.
Dealer Water had to put a new building in, so they had to build it up. And in the same floodplain, we had to find some place to take that much out.
Yep.
Which we
But
did
Mike,
on the golf course.
Mike says you can't do that.
In the village.
That makes sense to me,
Because the
because water
village,
doesn't care, it just finds
regulations.
the low point. But I don't think, there's other reasons you wouldn't wanna build, you would have to get a variance anyway, cause it's so skinny and the setbacks in the village are.
What property backs
Terrible.
up to that? Is that an option?
And. mm-mm, mm-mm,
Like somebody on the other side that I haven't really known.
mm-mm.
you know, when I think
It's all bad.
How did we get this property?
Because nobody else wanted to do it.
I had, before my time here,
Yes,
I
it was.
assume it was in the foreclosure process.
Yeah. And nobody bid on it probably.
It was
Or
probably-
either that or it had flipped like 4 times in
I
4
believe-
years and people were just taking the tax
yeah.
loss and then not that.
If I remember, this is the house that after the flood, because it was down so low, the foundation was like caved in. And so that's why it was just a demo straight off the bat, if I remember looking back at the documents. I mean, we don't have to decide it right now.
I know,
Well,
but we
can
have,
you
we-
reach
out
we've
to-
had to deal with this every year. It
Yeah,
seems like.
yeah.
Can you reach out to other land banks who've been in similar circumstances and see if they have any other ideas for us? Because there's, upstate New York is the Rust Belt, there's lots of other people.
Maybe
doing
go
this.
for, well, fencing. Those lines,
We have,
we do, how bad is it?
I have to look at it.
More than lots are worth, for sure.
Yeah.
We probably had to update it because we got them when we
Last year.
brought it up last year. We got the quotes then. It was it Whitmore fencing?
Yeah, probably, it's hard to find any.
I know, they were the only ones that, so yeah, we can just ask them to update whatever we gave them last year, just so we have it, so we know.
But even if you fenced it, somebody's gotta maintain it, right?
Yes, and that's us.
I mean, we're maintaining it now, technically. I'm paying Scott to mow.
Where you can get
But
to.
what
where
would
he can
we
get to.
ever do with it if the neighborhood isn't conducive to doing something positive there?
Well, that's why we were thinking, like, maybe there is a nonprofit organization that would want to go, I don't know.
That might be an avenue to pursue, but I checked with the police department, tells you they'll do nothing. And if that's just a police officer, shame on it.
Are those cars registered?
I don't think so.
No.
I would highly doubt it.
Or even code enforcement, if they were out there, I mean, they both,
Yeah.
both parties have some responsibility.
Code enforcement's the one that notified us. Situations.
Yeah, we have.
Technically, a
unregistered
citation
vehicle.
should come
Yeah,
out.
and what,
It was,
how did they pursue it? It's just, oh, we're just telling you, you take care of it?
The citations are a problem.
Yeah, but the citation for that comes here. right?
Comes us because we have a problem.
So if we do the complaint, get the cars impounded.
again, I wouldn't suggest us doing that with this gentleman because
Yeah,
he's
just
willing to
have,
work
get
with
on
us.
there. We can't. do
Are there cars on Chestnut?
Yes,
Would anybody miss them if they were impounded?
they're not.
Yeah.
In any condition to drive.
Well, there might be somebody's
Oh, yeah.
Dream, somebody's dream, right?
Right.
Right, I just don't know what happens if you
Little
impound a
parking
car at
area.
the owner's
Yeah.
expense and then the owner never comes forward
Oh,
to pay
true.
it. I don't know how that works.
I think it just sits there.
And the tow company does it for free.
They
They
scrap
don't do
it.
anything for free.
Well,
I would say they would, I would assume after a certain time frame they would scrap it,
Okay,
but I don't know for
and
sure.
recoup their costs that way. Okay.
But usually they charge storage.
Yes.
Towing companies will, if it's on their property.
Who are they
they'll charge
charging?
But if it's not
storage.
registered,
The owner. Oh, that's,
we don't know who,
yeah.
So maybe we just go and scrap them.
but we don't have to own either.
This is a problem.
First and foremost, I will talk to the 94 Spencer gentleman, Mr. Manuel, just say we're not interested in the lease at this time. Can you please remove the cars? I'm hoping that he will be compliant. Chestnut, I will revisit with the police department. I will talk to the chief. Do you want me to also talk to code again?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
yeah, I mean, the issue I see, and it's our property and it's the junk on our property, so the citation technically is on
Yeah,
us,
it's gonna be us.
even though it's not our junk. I think it's on us. I think we're gonna end up having to tow the cars and clean it up. And what we do with it from there, we've got to do something. I have no idea.
It has admittedly taken up a lot of staff time.
Yeah, and that's not at all where we want your energy.
With
No, we have to do
Yeah.
something.
spinning out like, okay, so what do we do now? I can start just putting feelers out and just seeing if there's any nonprofits who would be
Sure.
interested in having a useful future for it.
Mhm.
Maybe a garden
Or
Like,
that steep, that doesn't even help anyway, and it looks like it's half in shade.
yeah, the back part is pretty shady. I don't know. I'll try to get creative about it. But I'll follow the code. I'll follow with the police chief.
Touch base with other land banks, what they do with
All the
properties
land
that
banks,
they
yeah.
can't do anything with,
Yeah,
that have just no value.
Okay. So I'll also just have you guys thinking in the background. If you come up with a very creative idea, definitely let me know. I can't think of any that we have right now that are also in this situation. I think it's really just these two properties right now, because the other ones are developable, in my opinion. And I think if we look at a potential development of a house on Spencer, that makes sense and eliminates that one.
Clean them up, put them up for auction.
I'll put them up for auction. I don't know what we get.
at least this one.
Make it, maybe do them as a whole.
Yeah.
Package deal.
Yeah, you should put the properties together.
But this one,
But I think
this
like-
one isn't buildable really either, is it? It's in the floodplain and it's too small, probably, right? Even
It
together.
doesn't, yeah, it doesn't have the front yard setback requirement. So we'd have to get a variance for that. Because you have to do what is it? It's weird.
That one drops off too?
No, that was a
It's
very.
got a
Setback in the
huge,
villages.
huge retaining wall there back there or something.
Yeah, that retaining wall is significant from the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know what,
And then do they have water and sewer?
Yes.
are they marketable? I mean, what do you
Why
do
is
with
it
a
not
house
letting me
there?
know? Okay, well, yeah, you don't meet it's like a 25-foot setback requirement. We don't meet that. So we just have to get a variance for the zoning board of appeals. If we wanted to put a house here. But I think it would make sense to just combine the lots. I think if we do that, a fence line would probably make it more marketable for a future homeowner.
Right.
To be able to,
Well, but let's see, if this person says that they're gonna be a respectful neighbor and put their stuff off there, let's give them a chance. to do
Yeah.
that.
I'll call him first. That'll be my first call tomorrow.
Leasing the property isn't the issue, it's leasing the property for that purpose.
Yeah. If they wanna put a garage up and put the demo cars inside it. Cool.
You can purchase the lot.
And so there you go, we could build a garage there for the village.
A village garage?
Maybe we should put a
That's like
substation.
storage units?
Yes,
Maybe we put storage units on the
I'm
other
sure the zoning doesn't support it.
Yeah, zoning does not support that.
What do they
No,
call it?
wait a minute, if the
I like
neighborhood
that
is
you're-
that bad, who's gonna wanna store something in a storage unit? You can be fearful that it would
That's
disappear.
I like that you're thinking outside the box.
Yeah, we could build a satellite office for the OPD there.
Just give it.
Right, throw them in the middle of it, and then say, how do you like your work environment?
Gotta, what other options do you
Fire.
have? There's lots of time.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. All right.
Can
Any
you
other?
refuse to take on properties? Like if that one foreclosed,
Yeah,
it'd be,
like, so I don't, that was before,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
like before.
Yeah.
well,
I don't know
like
if you
for
were
you,
here when
unfortunately,
that.
You
but.
know, they got a bunch of properties when they were foreclosed.
Mhm.
Taxes, got them for $1. Okay.
But we're
And-
learning, we
and-
reserve the
Yeah.
right to get smarter as an
Yes.
organization.
Well,
And like
You
you
learn
said,
something new
part of
every
it at
day.
the time was cleaning up blight in unsafe
Yeah.
situations, and likely some of the other issues were not an issue at that time.
Well, it's the cost of maintaining them, the sidewalks, the.
Insurance, I mean.
Yeah.
Everything, yeah, it's just one of those things that if we can, that's something, I don't know, we're gonna have to think outside the box on somewhere.
We did have at the beginning of the year a goal to have kind of a plan.
Yeah.
Even if we don't have actions, a plan for all these random lots. So maybe if we can identify any that are suitable for side lots now before they're, or just to get some of the things back on the tax rolls. No, it's not gonna be a huge amount of tax income, but like,
It's basically these and Temple and Liberty.
we own other lots. Don't we? There's a bunch, I feel like.
I can, I can bring up the.
Next meeting.
I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay. Do we feel okay moving on to the next
Yes.
topic? Okay.
Yeah, repeat that one. then.
Definitely. I figured that would be our long one.
Yeah.
Governance committee met very briefly right before this meeting, and they made a recommendation to the board to approve Christine Shaver as a new board member. If you all are in agreement, we can do a first and a second, and then I will submit a resolution to the county legislature to formally approve Christine as another board member.
Sure.
Great, is there a second? Raise-
I'm
I
on,
don't
I'm
know.
on the board, I'm on the governance, I already,
Okay, I'll
So-
second it then.
Okay,
I
great.
just, otherwise
I'll
I
have to
would,
vote on it at the
otherwise I would have.
county too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's it.
That's all right,
Oh, yeah, it's gotta go before me.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Great.
opposed?
Love it. Okay, then we also had the tenant selection committee. Everybody, thank you so much. You got those back to us in your time. Loved that. We came up with the top candidates. So in the meantime, one of our top candidates actually rented another unit. So we went to the second person down. She is still interested. Did we end up, we didn't include it in that because we weren't sure about the public information of sharing
Right.
everybody's personal stuff.
Sure.
So if you guys are okay with it, I'm still waiting on the lease from Joe Mayer. They promised to have it to me in time before we move in on June 1st.
Nice.
It's not very far from now.
It is not very far now. I've spoken to them every day so far. It's gonna be just their template lease that needs fair housing and everything. So if you guys are okay with it, we did let the people know unofficially who was the top two, just so they could plan ahead because we didn't want them having to renew their
Yeah.
current leases. If you guys are good with moving forward with the top two recommendations, we'll make it official.
Excited.
And start.
Did that number system work well for everybody? I mean, I thought it was a good way to do it.
Yeah,
I think so too. And that way we have it on file to show how we came up with who scored over who.
Yep.
Great. Okay.
do we need a motion for that?
I would.
So motion to approve the top tenants for the application for 81 North, 2 and 3.
I make a motion.
Thanks. Second?
I'll second. Go ahead.
Josh?
Just keep it moving.
Yeah, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Cool.
Love it. Also on the line of 81 North. So Rick Pedro, the county assessor, completed his reassessment for 81 North Ave. So I put in here, it went from 123,642 to 395,250. It's a net change of 271,608. Britt and I plugged in the tax rate and we're calculating the taxes at about $25,000. So I requested that application for the 45B program from him to ease us into that tax payment, and I had emailed everybody about it because they needed it signed
25,000 total.
Per year,
per year.
for three.
For village, county, and
Village, county,
and
school.
school. Based on
Town.
how much? 395?
$395.
Can they change it?
What do you
I don't
think?
think they can change it unless they reassess the entire village,
Change what?
the tax rate.
Oh, yeah, that's not a, that'll be a Rick Pager question.
So we're losing money then on that property, correct?
What's our,
Or not?
it'll be real close.
It'll be close.
You got a lot of time in there too.
4,000 tax, 12 is 48 grand.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, we knew going into this it was gonna be tight because it's not a big property.
It's just fun, it's interesting, I mean, that it's that much for a property based on $400,000.
In,
That seems high.
before we even did the project,
Would be much better in the village.
before we even did the whole thing, Britt and I had put in there, assuming that it was reassessed at 400,000, so it's technically assessed 5,000 less than where we estimated.
That's very close. Good.
So we're still okay. We're still going to make a profit because we used that. We calculated it in our I can't remember what we called it, but basically our development plan
Yeah,
before we did all of this, assuming it was going to be assessed at 400,000. So we're still okay. It's just we won't make a giant profit, but we never really expected to on it. If you have tax rate questions, that would be a assessor thing. I can't speak to how they do all their.
Well, that's the question. I mean, are we comfortable with the assessment?
well,
It's what- it's
I
what
guess,
it's going to be, so.
what's driving the increase, just because you pulled a permit on it, is that what they're saying?
The renovations.
The occupancy.
And,
Probably got
Well,
the-
the renovations, right, once you pull permit, then they can go in and
Certificate of occupancy, right?
look at everything.
Yeah, but for tax assessment, if you're not happy with it, or you think it's unfair, there's a whole process you have to go through.
There is,
And time
but
consuming as far as what the similar properties like that, what do they pay?
The whole grievance
I mean, it's
process,
a whole lot of,
yeah.
research.
That wouldn't be pretty if you're.
it wouldn't be
Goodness,
for
it
long.
could be messy.
Yeah,
It could get messy for
And it's
sure. How does
probably
that look?
comparable. Is it,
right?
did you guys do any sort of informal counts?
Not recently, probably a year and a half ago.
Well, his
Not that
assessment, his assessment should have comparables.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I'm not going with that. I think it's outrageous for any property in Owego, to be perfectly honest with you.
Absolutely.
One of the houses. on
Especially that
North
building, it
Street.
doesn't even have
The big house.
a lawn.
Yeah.
And
Correct.
yes, we did a lot of. I think it's wrong. I think it's inappropriate to hit that building. I mean, a comp for that. I can't even think of a comp. I know that properties are increasing in value for whatever reason.
It's hard to come up with a comp for that one.
Because we just,
Well, but what
Put a
about
bunch of
around the
tax
corner
money
of those buildings that got
I
fixed
know,
up?
I know, and that's the
Look
whole
at those
thing.
again.
You'd have to find a standalone row building. Which makes it super.
That's the hard part.
Yeah,
'cause a lot
yeah,
of
it's
the
still
other
a row
ones-
building. I mean, it's not like you don't have anything on either side.
Yeah.
We should ask the assessor, what did you base this on? We should give you a
He said it
Is it
was-
already finalized? Yes.
Oh, as far
We're
as I
trying to
know,
cause
yeah.
waves, but doesn't, I mean, just gut feel, it feels. I know that there's a million things that go into that number, in terms of what we paid to get that done. Because we use state money, because you were required to use certain contractors, and that meant,
But they didn't have visibility into any of that
no,
when they made that number, right?
they don't.
Should be
And I don't wanna
structured.
create more work
Yeah, no,
for
I
you,
did have
that's
a-
what I'm trying.
Yeah, I did have a conversation with him. We had talked about explaining, listen, this was all done with grant money. The point is to return it to the tax roll.
Yes.
So He understands that it was all me.
You said, I'm all ears on
He does understand that it was done with grant funds, and, you know, obviously very happy.
So
Save the
this
building.
this 10-year phase-in, is that available to anybody? Is that available specifically with grant money?
So the 45B program is specifically for like commercial properties.
Okay.
People can apply for it using the same form that he sent us.
So I mean, I think that's our grace, right?
It is, it helps, I agree. Just gonna put this out there, if you ever wanna go to market with that building,
You wouldn't.
people are gonna run scared when they see $25,000
Oh, yeah.
in a $48,000 income plus sewer, plus
And maintenance, all the
maintenance, plus
snow and.
water. I mean, it just keeps going and going and going,
Mhm.
right? So plus flood insurance probably. So, I mean, your marketability is, it puts a big dent, you know, in terms of return on investment for an investor to buy that property later at a $25,000 tax rate.
Do you want me to request any specific information from Rick? So that you guys can look at to feel,
Love to see us counts.
okay, I
Yeah,
can ask.
I'm curious. I'm curious where that's being derived from. You know, is it? I mean,
Right, you wanna look at like a per square foot compared to others.
all right. Here's a fine example. The pink elephant. Theirs is $20,000 a year.
There's a bunch of acreage out there.
The old school. That's $20,000 a year. What is that? His comp? Because I know people that have thought that for years that he's only paying $20,000 a year for tax on that. And he's telling me 81 North isn't it equal?
I can ask. I can't, I have no idea.
I think let's pull it up.
All right, what's the actual address?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to do this.
No,
but
no,
at
it's
the
okay.
end of the day, we have to compare apples to apples.
You guys are the board. This is
And
your.
I'm not trying to make work for you. I'm just trying to make
Oh, how am
sense
I
of it.
sorry.
Coburn's right there.
This one?
Yes.
Sorry, this mouse is very sensitive.
What is that, apartments?
Yeah,
That's everything.
So that's the assessment here,
so they're,
For you.
443,
I think
100.
you can look at the tax bills.
well, it would be,
Tax
it's the
amount.
same multiplication. If we're at 400 and they're at 443,
Yeah,
they're gonna be whatever.
There you go.
Right.
so,
They're at 800, so it's 50%, right? Right there. Village, county, and
Where?
school. So they're 26,000. Is what they pay.
This is 2026 for county. This is 25 for school, village, and county.
13, 23.
It's 26,000 or roughly.
What units are in that?
Oh gosh, that's a monster building. I think there's commercial space in that also, right?
well,
I don't know how many units.
Where's it at?
That's right. That's the old school, right down from
On Main Street.
the movie theater opposite side.
This one. So
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
ours is right here.
That way back.
247 Main is here.
Yeah.
And then this is Jim Mead's property. And then this is the big one.
Gotcha.
Which connects Main Street.
All the way through.
Temple.
Yeah, it goes all the way
I
through
mean,
this
that's
side.
a nice property that, you know, it's one of those things.
Yeah, I
but
mean, you could click on that.
Well, it's
property
got a
right next to
second,
it.
there's a
It says
second
it's
building out there too,
Keep going
right?
if you want.
It's the units and then there's a second building.
This little bit.
Yeah.
program is really handy
It is.
for putting.
I mean, this is
together.
public information. I just,
Yeah. I know, but I can remember going to paper records.
Yes, and flipping
Flipping
through them,
those
yeah.
huge pages to get all the information,
Yeah.
writing it down.
I mean, you could have some fun with this and just kind of compare.
I will definitely ask him for how he came to the number.
Like, he said our tax would be roughly 25,000 a
He didn't give me that was our calculation.
year. Okay,
That
okay,
was Brett and I
gotcha.
plugged in the percentages
Oh.
based on that assessment. So it might not be.
It'd be
Well,
half,
but it wouldn't
should
be
be
far,
half, but it wouldn't, it's
It
gonna
wouldn't be
be,
far off of theirs because they were assessed at 440. And
They
we
were-
assessed at 395.
That full
Assessed.
assessment was 950.
950 or 50, somewhere in there.
Okay, I didn't know that,
50%.
because sometimes.
Yeah, it's
they-
basically 50%.
So it's 50% of the 400,000 too, or the 395.
Yeah, so you'd be
So
assessed.
did you guys consider that?
Maybe that's,
So, I mean, that would, so 50% of the taxes would be 12,000, or,
right, which is much more in line.
Okay, so that's the first to do maybe is to confirm those assumptions to make sure we didn't just give Josh.
because a full, if 395 is full assessment and they're only doing 50%.
This is almost internal, like,
He
relations.
didn't email it to me, he sent it in a letter. So they didn't tell us in the letter what the tax rate, or what the taxes will be. So I will confirm that. I will also ask him for his comparables.
I think it's one of those things that we just do our due diligence. And
Yeah.
try to do our best to protect ourselves and, well, do our best to do what's right, our due diligence as
Like you said,
property
you gotta make it
owners.
marketable in the end.
Exactly, because you might be tired of being a landlord in 10 years.
Maybe in any year.
A landlord by accident, however you want to call it.
Just so we formally had it though, you guys are okay with the 485B application?
Yes,
Yes.
Just to reaffirm, I
Absolutely.
know we emailed, but just to be reaffirm in person.
absolutely.
Great. Okay. Any other thoughts on that? Sorry, I know we're going long.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. I'm gonna skip over so we can come back to the home buyer development and just update you guys. I sent that separate update email on 4850 Lake Street. So we're in the process, excuse me, sorry, of updating all the agreements. So you saw the plan. We'll have the IDA as a financing partner. The county's gonna be involved because of the ESD Restore New York grant. I wanted to ask you guys if you would feel comfortable approving those agreements contingent upon Pete and Joe's approval of the final versions of them. Or if you want to wait until our June meeting.
It sounds like IDA is not, I mean,
Because so we're on a different schedule. So IDA will probably be meeting, they meet the beginning of the month. We won't meet again until the end of June. And I don't know if they have it on the agenda for the June legislative.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. I'll double check. So it's up to you guys if you want to vote contingent upon attorney approval, or if you want to just wait until June and approve those agreements then. It's basically just the co-developer agreement between us, the IDA, and the county.
I mean, I've seen the draft, but I don't think, was that all in what you sent out? I don't think it was, but, and
Okay.
I think
I
Brett
will
was
double check.
aiming for like August, she
Yeah,
thought.
there was a bunch in there about who pays what and who's
Yeah,
contributing.
that's
I
when it
remember
be
reading it.
like officially signed and everything.
Okay.
So these are just an agreement.
Did I not attach that?
Honestly,
I will
a
find out.
lot of the agreements say kind of the same thing again, that we're partnering with
Yes,
IDA because they have the monies and we
Sure.
have
And we don't have that
land, we
kind of
have,
flow,
the-
yeah.
yeah, it's a joint
we
effort
have the
that
building and we're
with
all,
a happy ending.
yes.
Pros and cons about doing it now versus later, and
Gets done quicker.
It probably gets done quicker. Or if you guys want a third option, throw it out there. I can just do an email vote once we get their blessing on it all.
I don't feel super strongly in one way or the other. It's I trust in an agreement. with-
And Hannah is
with
involved in the
in-house.
committee meeting,
Like,
like,
there's a separate, it's like, there's like 3 of us, 4 of us on a separate steering committee thing, so we.
she's in the loop.
There were some things that seemed like the attorneys probably should
Flush
catch
out.
it, yeah. Apparently they're very hard to get feedback from, which is a concept.
Impossible.
The partnership is, yes, I'm going down this road. It's
Yeah.
more, it's not in our favor, right?
In what
It's
sense?
biased. Basically, we own all the responsibility of the project.
we are the, and we should read through it
Yeah.
again, right? If you haven't read through it. But yeah, when we,
I mean,
the
it's
landowner,
our
the
project at
construction
the end of the day,
manager.
Because
right?
we're,
So,
we're the owners, but the
Yes.
IDA will be involved because we obviously, with like, so for example, 81 North, we have 165
Yes.
in restoring yard.
we're fine.
I still have not even gotten the grant disbursement agreement from them for that, so we probably won't see that money until, probably the end of this year, maybe, if we're lucky. We don't have the money to front $1 million. The IDA does,
Sure.
and so that's where they're coming in.
Okay.
I'm not using the proper legal terminology because I am not an attorney.
Partner.
That's where that partnership is coming in.
Okay.
And then the restoring York is technically through, I believe, Tioga County. So that's why the county is also involved.
Well,
And
it's obviously, it's all county.
It's all
staff.
county at the end of
and
the
it's
day.
all
We're
county
in this.
staff.
Yes.
Our whole office, we have a whole team set up here that, so Tara and I at this point are basically doing like the project management part of it. We did get quotes from Steve Tiffany from O'Rourke under our term contract to update the phase 1 environmental. That has to be done because they're only good for so many days after they're originally done. And then also radon testing because we are required to do that. We figured we would just do it ahead of time because if it comes back high, we will calculate in the cost of mitigation system into the plans. Even though we also have
Yeah,
to
no,
do
it
the
makes
radon
sense.
testing.
You're gonna
It might
have
not
to.
come
You're
back
gonna have
high until it's
They
close
will.
in,
Yes,
I know.
and then you have to
But-
do clearance testing.
but at least, right, if we know upfront.
We went back and forth about it, so he did give us pricing for that.
Okay, yeah.
If you guys are okay with us awarding that to him under our term contract, we'll just give him the go ahead. He said he can get it done.
Yeah, especially for that phase 1 or whatever. and the radon, yes.
Perfect, okay.
Do we need a motion?
Because it's under a term contract, I don't think we need a
Okay.
formal motion.
Cool.
Okay, so jumping back to the home buyer development. The grant has come back out. I'll loop this into my little thing here about HCR and the state budget. So we are still waiting on the official approval of the state budget, which means that probably all the grants are gonna come out all at once that's approved. The CFA, hopefully our LBI funding will also come out at that time. That is what our state rep kind of implied to me, but again, can't give me an actual date. When I had my county planning director's call last week, there was someone from the governor's office there saying they're hoping by May 30th, they'll have things settled. No promises.
That's like 2 days away. 3 days.
Yeah. So that's,
Budget.
that's still up in the
That's
air.
horrible. That's so hard for schools.
Mhm. So I don't have any real update for you guys there other than it's still in process at the state level. But we do have this home buyer development grant. We had previously last year approved an application to it. We ended up pulling it because our plan was to do it under the LBI property services because that grant is a bit easier to work with. Less administrative burden with that one, but then we were not awarded that grant. Now we're looking back. This would be to construct 2 new houses on Temple and Liberty Street. It's almost the same as our previous application. They just have some minor updates on it. And it would be in the amount of $500,000. I know before everybody got here, Hannah brought up the idea kind of.
Well, I just wanted to
Yeah, no,
understand
I
the
totally get it.
constraints. There's the tiny home
Yeah.
section in the legal zoning, which really isn't tiny. They're like 900 or 1,000 square foot is the max, which is not a tiny house. That was my first house. And yeah, so I wanted to understand what we were signing up for with this because so many
Yes.
different things have come through.
Yeah.
What's the time frame on it? Is it income restricted? You guys bring all these awesome things to us and it's
Yes.
really hard to remember which ones are which.
So with this one, it would be 2 single-family homes. They would be modular. That we would bring in. They would have to be raised.
On foundations.
Yes. Raised foundations. And we have who is the contractor? It's also a contractor named Clearview. I always get it confused, separate from our Clearview who did 81 North in Providence. They gave us pricing. They work with the modular company out of PA, just so that we have a number to base it off of from reality.
Can they
There
do
would-
it for 250 each?
There would be income restrictions on it. So you have to do first-time home buyers. They have to go through first-time home buyer counseling. So we'll have to have an MOU with an organization that does that type of counseling because we do not have a HUD certified counselor on staff here. Did that answer all your questions?
How long is it income restricted for?
I want to say 10 years. Do you know if we have the webinar tomorrow where they're going to go through all the updates. So I think it's a 10-year.
It's either 10 or 15, I can't remember.
I want to say they change it to 10, but I can let you know tomorrow for sure.
And these properties would be to sell.
To sell. To sell.
Can we actually, and this is a crazy universe, right, but can we actually put in a mod with all the restrictions, with all the funding, with all the everything for 250K?
It's gonna be close.
Could be really tight. Could be very tight.
Single wide, double wide, multi-story, what are we doing?
Single story,
They're like a ranch style.
They're
ranch,
like a
yes.
ranch style.
raised ranch, literally.
Yeah.
We don't say we're allowed like
Sounds bad.
so basically a ranch style. I don't know if I can get into it on here. I can show you guys like a generic rendering they had of it. I can send that out to you guys via email if you want.
What's the value of it, market-wise?
It's a good question.
Yeah, that's true. And there's income restrictions, there's price sale, price.
Yeah, we haven't gotten into doing the budget part, so we didn't want to do it and then I'm not submitting it. There's a whole analysis that we have to do, like a market analysis and put in the budget. I can share that with you guys once we work on it.
Did we get quotes? We got quotes.
Yeah, this is
For the modulars,
We
right?
did, but I feel like
Yeah.
they're probably 40% low at this point.
So I got
Wasn't it a year?
updated quotes.
Okay,
I
was
got
it Butters
updated quotes.
Homes
Yes, Butters. It came in at 174.4
for just the house?
for the house. Yep. Which is like 4,000 more than it was last time you guys went.
and then the site work was
But we can scrape together funds elsewhere to complete the projects, yes?
I think the other funds are going that way.
We're gonna sell 81
well.
Hickory
Okay,
Ave
keep,
or whatever.
keep in mind, so Providence is going to be sold, and that money
Yes.
will be put into
Something.
something. Eventually, 247 Main will also be sold, and then possibly Hickory's as well.
So is 500 grand the max we can request?
I believe so.
For 2 homes.
For
It's
two
a
homes.
brainer, then you go for it. You get the max.
And
Okay.
it depends on when the new LBI funds come out. We can also request funds in there. Our plan was probably just full bore request money for that
Yeah. Yes.
under the LBI.
That is
That's
the
for,
elephant in the room.
The
Great.
Lake Street,
Lake Street.
yes, no, that's one I want to keep driving. But
Well, so my last question is around capacity, because that is taking a whole lot of time, energy, and it deserves it, right? We want to see it succeed, and then there's all this other crap like Chestnut and all these other things. No, but there's only so many hours in the day. Can we reasonably take this on?
I think we could, because once Providence is wrapped up and once we get the GC for 247, I don't want to jinx it, but like at that point, it's usually fairly smooth sailing for us. And because we have the support of this whole office for that project, it's not falling just on Tara and I for it. That's why we're kind of piecing it out, like who's doing what parts of it. I feel confident that we could handle 2. I wouldn't want to go for the, full thing with,
Yeah.
because a lot of it's gonna fall on you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
really fun. If we get awarded, again, I can't guarantee that we'd even be awarded this money. Yeah, I'm not awarded.
yeah, you gotta get the money before it becomes a problem. You make the plan after you get the money.
I don't know. It's not what my spidey sense says at all.
No, I totally understand where you're coming from. Just giving you a different.
When's the application due?
It's a rolling basis, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's not an official hard deadline. It's just until they award all the money. Sorry, this is my brain spinning out in real time, going through all of our grant deadlines that we're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just a rolling basis for this one.
I guess as long as we're not, I don't wanna pull money from other projects.
Yes, or from
So
If it came
if
down to
you
that.
guys can show an analysis where all in, it's under 250 each, is that other feedback, guys? What a,
you're not gonna get
you,
there.
and you're not gonna get that on the market.
Well, no, I'm not, I'm saying you're not gonna get there. I mean, you're at 174 for the building. Foundation, I mean, I'm just, it's 30, 40 grand for a foundation.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, I'm pulling that, that's a nice price. You gotta finish your utilities and everything, which conveniently they're there, but.
Yeah.
Plus the site work here in the squeeze. You have to be super budget friendly on this.
Do we
Package
need any
deals.
variances? Do we need any? Changing gears, that we, do we need, is there any way for the neighbors to then squash this?
Anything is possible.
Well,
Village.
I mean, if you operate utterly within the zoning code and you don't have to ask for anything, maybe, I'm just trying to understand.
Does it reflect negatively if we apply, get approved, and it doesn't pan out
Reflect negatively in what sense?
with the
Future
state? Like you're,
Like with the state?
yeah, you're asking for this money and you didn't.
Yeah, this is a different funding than we typically deal with. And last time when I spoke to them, and we ended up just pulling the application back saying, hey, we're just gonna try to go for LBI funds, there was no hard feelings. They were very flexible about it. It's a different team than who we normally work with at HCR.
Nothing's guaranteed from
Yeah.
any of these. That's the whole thing. Like you have to apply in order
Yeah.
to get them.
So I don't think I don't get the sense it would reflect negatively on us if we were awarded and then said, actually, no, we're not gonna do this.
or whatever reason, we get pushback from somebody in the
Right.
village for whatever reason. And anything's possible, but you can't do anything without having some sort of funding in place, right? You can't move it to the next step. I'm getting, I'm in, sorry.
No, I'm not trying to, we're here to provide housing, I'm
Yeah,
just
I
trying
know.
to.
You gotta,
Through.
you have to get the money, you have to know you have something to work with before you can make any
Any
decisions.
plans? Okay, so was that a motion to approve the home buyer development application for 2 houses on Temple? Is
Sure.
that your motion?
It is my motion. I'll look at all of it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay. That's a lot. Anything else we want to bring to the floor?
No, I guess just, was there any other, Rhonda, did you ever hear anything back? Or any local attorney?
Rhonda stopped answering. I don't know what happened there. And there was another gentleman we had reached out to, and he never responded, that he came from a recommendation, from, I think, TSB. I don't know. I haven't had much luck.
Well, your business is good. I'll get into it.
Okay. And then I guess next month, if you can bring just a list of the vacant properties.
Yeah,
so you
It's
can-
online, it's on our website too. We have to, as part of the ABO, we have to have the real property inventory list. Actually, I can bring it up now just so we can look at it. Super duper quick, and then I'll get you guys out of here. It's under reports, property. So this is everything from the land bank's inception. So we got all the lovely lots here on, so Chestnut, Temple, and Liberty are all the ones in here.
It's actually 2 lots on Chestnut that we own.
Oh, Chestnut.
115, 117.
Oh,
It's
I
just-
thought we were just looking-
It's one lot, but it's got the combined address on it. We have 247 Main Street, then these are the 2 on Spencer, and then this one, nope, we sold that to the village. And then obviously, these guys down here. So any of them that are, you know, it shows who we sold it to.
Yeah.
So this is up there, but I will make a condensed version of just our properties for you guys, so we can just look at what do we currently have in our inventory.
And
So
then
you
sort of
must
the
see.
context notes.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we all
Sure.
know like
Yeah,
80
yeah.
North Ave, but just
Right.
they get, yeah.
I'll make a smaller version of this, a more concise version. But just in case, if anybody ever wants to know, that is public information that's on the website.
Okay.
Cool. Adjourn.
Thanks,
Great.
guys.
Big awful game.
I
Yeah.
understand, it's finally nice weather for it.
You know what I have to say? She says it's summer, right?